Hey guys, welcome yet again to another Loomian Legacy Sweep. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke, and today's one we got ourselves a PICCOLIO sweep. I hope I said it correct. That is my very first attempt, and hope you enjoy. You know what? Leave a like and subscribe if you actually think I said it correctly. Maybe that'll help. But yes, so people, we got ourselves a PICCOLIO sweep. This is one of the few newest Loomian. I wanted to try it out and see if I can get myself my hands on a sweep before anyone else has done it. Now, PICCOLIO is a very poorly used Loomian very in singles, but it's very good on supported roles because that is most likely what I've seen people been using this one. I've seen on PvP competitive YouTubers have been using this, like Sap Zipper with its signature move, using it and just like a big supporter role. But for today, we're gonna see if we can try solo most of the Loomians on its own. Now we got the Fortismo, Carl, or Artuso, or Virtuoso. Okay, this I really suck at these names, aren't I? This is my first attempt saying it, but I'm gonna include it anyways. So for today's one, I'm gonna try using the same thing, a little bit of strategy I worked on a little bit in the past, and I'm gonna be using an essay one because this one will be leading using less of its energy. It's gonna be cool because we're gonna be using this type of set. So if you don't know what this secret ability does, I'm gonna not call its name because I don't want to keep pronouncing it wrong. So basically, the energy costs the possessor's sound-based move and decreased by 25%, which is kind of good. But also, you have a Fortismo, which is basically the sound. The possessor. It's immune to all sound-based moves. So you could be immune to all sound-based moves, or you cannot. Then we have a Carol, which basically, well, if the possessor is alive, it basically is a use of the ability for me. So, for today's one, we're going to be using it, and we'll help you guys and girls enjoy this one. Now, looking at its base stats, it doesn't have very bad ones, but it kind of has a similarity to Goldango kind of maneuver, where its physical attack is awful. It has a very slow, very solid speed, but it has a very strong special attack, kind of, but instead it's special defense, and that really is it. It has a very bad melee attack and melee defense. Its HP is okay, but its energy is just one off. But other than that, it's not a terribly bad one. The only problem is its moveset is garbage with this Loomian, making this thing only a big supporter role instead of a sweeper. But like I said, we're gonna be trying use of it, and we're gonna be also using HULLABALOO, which is the signature move. Which, if this says the user creates a loud noise that makes the target unable to use moves, health regeneration and recovery moves, and prevents the activation of abilities that restores health for next 2 turns. This move does not block forms of passive healing such as from health amulet, heavy rainfalls, secondary effects, and moves like sap plants and slumber if they are already set up. As this move is sound based, it bypasses scapegoat. So this is a very fun move. However, it's not as powerful as some of the other typeless move. I still am gonna call it typeless. I'm not a simple type. Sorry, people. But besides that, this thing is not a bad move. It's very good supported for any heal stallers. So this is definitely a recommended good Loomian to use on your team, especially on doubles. But we're seeing how powerful this really is. Now, like I said before, we're gonna see if we can get ourselves a sweep with PICCOLIO. So I hope you guys and girls enjoy this one, and let's get into the first battle. Now, first of all, I think it's the right. No, I think it's the wrong one. I'm just gonna make sure I'm getting the right battle, since I don't want to make sure mix the wrong battles. Since I don't really usually go and give myself a little bit of mix between both of them. But I think like this is the first battle, and this is the correct one. So for the first battle here, we got against versus someone by the name Arch Arch Arshirid Arshirid. I think that's the name. And we got ourselves a Gremlin here. Now, for this one, we're going to be just setting up a little bit of a tase for the opponent, and that is pretty much all I'm going to be doing. There's nothing really special I can do with this thing. This thing is very powerful, and if you haven't seen my Gremlin sweep, I can definitely check it out. You can definitely check it out at the end of the video, or check it out the few previous videos. It's not even that it's not even that far from my other videos. And also, this is video 667, so I know I would have loved to put this on 666 as a joke, maybe, but there's nothing really sus I couldn't really put up since there wasn't really any, it wasn't any special, so I couldn't do anything about it. So, no 666 joke, just a simple video. But yeah, so we got myself my importance is going to go for the Boom Bash. All I'm going to be doing is just going to do a little bit of damage or get a little swap. And the Gremlin is staying in, is wanted to go for a bulk up. And I thought this might be a problem, so I decided I wanted to go for the tribute and swap myself into PICCOLIO. And hope you guys and girls enjoy this one. I'll let you guys and girls enjoy this one for the fun of it. And there's a bit of assault coming in for this battle, so you better watch to the end and enjoy the little salt that I may have misclicked on this battle. Well then, people, that is one way to fail the battle, and we're just gonna just accept that battle never happened. And you know what that happened? They cheated. They should have not outsped me. They clearly outsped me using a piece of chocolate bar. That should have not make sense. And obviously I would have outsped it and took the W. But you know what? That you know what? That were hackers. We got a naughty hacker live on YouTube. Maybe that's just in a fantasy only could work. So yeah, so we got another battle against someone, and let's give it a go. And we're just pretty much gonna go for the same strategy. All we gotta do is paralyze the first Loomian. Unfortunately, it wasn't a fast Loomian, but again, it's fine. It's not a big deal, but I appreciate it would have been a good thing for me because, you know, faster Loomians is more of a threat than a more of a slow and bulky one. So anyways, we're going to go to important, and all I'm going to do is go for a Boom Bash and pretty much try to scare him off or just get a nice little daze before I can go for the Tribute and swap my Piccolio and try to get a sweep there. And that is really it. So as I said, there's just no reason to use another. Like, here's the thing: there's no reason to go for another Boom Bash because I really just need a nice little swap here. So this is it. Let's get into it. The sweep here. Hope you guys enjoy this one and enjoy the sweep of Piccolio. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the Piccolio sweep there. Man, that was very complicated to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Now let's talk about this move set of mine and what is the best opportunity to run a Piccolio sweeping set. Now for this one, we run obviously a very frail Smart Nimble set. The item we gave it was Milkshake, just for a little bit of a health coverage in case you're getting hit and want to use another magnifier or so, which is, by the way, this is the strategy of the moveset we got. This is a magnified scapegoat, frost beam, and a hullabaloo, or hullabaloo. What is this? I got some sort of, I don't know what type of axes I have to say that on, but either way, not to be offensive. Anyways, so we also have the secret ability Virtuoso, and let's talk about for each one. So first of all, this is probably the best set you can run for a Piccolio sweeping set. Definitely recommended. Although its signature move, probably not the better one. It probably could be replaced. I mean, it has already a pretty other moves like this sword and short, a pretty strong one. It has more of an 80 base power, and it actually does put up the opponents to sleep. And yeah, you know, you could be probably better off using this one. But for this sweep here, we're gonna have to use a signature move for making part of the sweep, and we got to use it on the Grimuline kind of when he's trying to use Slumber a little bit. If obviously, I mean, it obviously didn't have the effect on obviously helping it because I've just one-shotted it. But still, it would have been pretty funny if you got to see it. Now, the fun part about it is that I got to use this one on a specific battle. However, that battle got deleted on obviously on this video because the battle was just too laggy to the point it had no value for me to show it on video. So I rather not to show it on YouTube since it's nearly not enough fun for me to showcase it. So yeah. So anyways, so let me take a look at a tour of how other you guys and girls would have used this one. Now, first of all, the strategy is simple. You can use Magnify to get a +2 on the range attack. Simple as that. Then you can go for a Scapegoat to, you know, potentially get a potential swap after using a Tribute, or getting a Daze, or a Paralyze. That works also because you can use Scapegoat to set up more Magnify, and then you can use a Hullabaloo and do a lot of damage. However, it is nearly not a powerful move, so you're gonna have to use at least 2 Magnify to make it at least a solid hitter. +6 is probably the best thing you can run on this one because even if with max range attack, I mean, it hits very, very surprisingly good, but in a sweeping battle, and especially a battle where you have opponents who has bulk and stuff prepared, yeah, this thing is not that very powerful as you think. People can think about it, it's powerful, but with the combination only having a simple, typeless move and an ice type move only, these are the only two, by the way, the moves I only could use in the sweep. I would love to use something else, like replacing Scapegoat, go for something more of an extra coverage, but this Loomian just never accessed anything besides typeless and ice. So that is really all I could run really besides those two moves. I mean, there is another move. You could have used Frost Breath maybe to use a little bit more less energetic. But for this week, we wanted to use some more base power, and Frost Beam had a name on it. Besides that, it is pretty much just relying you to hopefully you can get a couple Magnify, and if you use too much energy, you have to wait and then rely on a little bit of RNG before you can use Hullabaloo, Spam, and the Frost Beam, and that's pretty much it. Now, the first battle, obviously, we got a little bit of a fortunate fail. The second one, we got pretty much a sweep. Nothing really besides that really happened. I mean, there wasn't really anything special besides it. I mean, this Loomian still is a pretty solid Loomian, but I'm not gonna recommend you use it on PvP. Prefer to use it on something that is more of a supporter user. I mean, you could use PvP on it, obviously, but you're gonna rely most likely supported roles on this thing and using only Hullabaloo. That's all I could say. If I have to be honest, maybe. I don't know. I don't really use any of those. I'm not a PvP person, so that's probably why. Anyways, and also I have Virtuoso, which is basically uses 25 less energy when perform moves which utilize sound. So any sound-based move will get a 25% discount and basically get just have to use a little bit less energy. For the TPs we were running max range attack, 150 for speed, 100 for health, and 50 for energy. Making sure it's fast enough to actually outspeed everything, but also have enough energy and health so it can withstand a couple hits. I couldn't afford to put a melee defense because it's very, very, very bad on its ranged melee defense, to the point I have no intention to use it. Seriously, guys, I really would love to do it, but I just couldn't do it. It's not worth it. Besides that, that is pretty much it. I cannot say anything besides this set. It's the best thing I could run this one. Now, I am planning to do another Loomian Legacy sweep probably this week if I have enough time. But if not, I'll probably maybe have a chance to put it up next week. I will see if I have enough time. If not, then this sweep will be remained hold until then. But I'm going to be trying my best to get the sweep by the end of this week. But if not, next week, maybe I have a chance to do it. If not, then it will be on hold, like I said. So anyways, guys and girls, hope you guys enjoyed today's sweep here. And yeah, like I said, this Loomian is pretty okay. Not the best one I would recommend, but still fun to use in battle. I think if most people would definitely done it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys and girls then. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke. Thank you guys for watching today's video. And as always, stay lucky out there.